Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Guarantee RV Supercenters here in Junction City, Oregon. My name is Erik.Sakshaug, and today I'm going to be giving you a brief tutorial on this brand new 2019 Newmar New Aire 3343. This is a fantastic floor plan with lots of great features inside. Come on in, let's have a look around. Right, starting in the back of this brand new New Aire 3343. First things first, let's talk about this wardrobe space back here. As you can see, on one side you've got a nice shoe rack built in, plus lots of good hanger space, all LED lit. As we go to the other side, you'll notice that you do have, in fact, a safe built in there as well. No worries. Great space to store small valuables and stuff like that. Also working in this, you've got lots of great storage space back here as well. As you can see, this is pre-plumbed and wired for a washer and dryer stack. We can put that in there, no problem. We are, of course, a full-service dealer in every imaginable sense, so installing that would be easy peasy. You do, of course, have a big TV back here. This is Sony television, as you would expect. You are, of course, going to have big KIB lighting panels back here as well, so that'll enable us to turn this stuff off very easily, and these are all backlit very nicely. One little change for 19 is that this now has glass in it, so no longer is this going to be a piece of just solid wood. A little more elegant design. This is, of course, frosted glass, so you really can't see through it that well, still maintaining the privacy. As we get into the rest of the coach, you are, of course, going to have lit cabinets here. Those are on full ball-bearing slide-out trays, and those are, of course, fully adjustable as well. Another thing that's changed is that they were going with the Whirlpool refrigerator in years past. This is now going to be a Samsung refrigerator, so a little bit different there. As we get into the bathroom, you are, of course, going to have these beautiful central walls in here. This is just as beautiful as it gets. You do, of course, have a place to sit, as you would expect with any high-end Newmar. And then, again, lots of room to move around in here. You also have the shower miser system at your disposal. That's going to be great at saving hot water. And then, of course, lots of extra storage in here. You'll notice that the window valances here are mostly wood. There's not a lot of fabric in here, and that is actually ultra leather. So another little change, and that's going to basically keep the cleaning requirements to a minimum. It's going to be a lot easier to keep clean over time, won't get nearly as musty. And then, of course, you do have the Oh No door, which if you're a fan of Newmar, you're already very familiar with. And then this is going to be an all-electric coach. So as we get into the kitchen, it's important to note that this is going to be all electric. You do have the induction cooktop, which you can remove quite easily. All you got to do is unplug that. You can take it outside, plug it into auxiliary power, do all your cooking out there. From there, this is a New Aire, so this is going to have the Silverleaf system built in. No worries, you got one panel here, one in the bedroom, so you can control pretty much every aspect of the coach. As we work our way into the living space, this has got a wonderful home away from home feel. In addition to the big slide over here that's full wall, you've got another slide here, and that's going to give you lots of good usable space up front. In addition to that, you've got nice beautiful cabinetry. You're going to have a beautiful fireplace here, and we've optioned this in with the recliners instead of a sofa. This has turned out to be a very, very big option, and these recliners are a lot more robust and a lot stronger built than they have been in years past. So the arms are going to be a little bit bigger. The back is going to be a little bit stiffer. It's going to be a lot more supportive, but just as comfortable as can be. Right, so you do have lots of great storage space down below on both sides of the dinette, and as you can see, you can very comfortably fit 4 people in here. If I go slide all the way back here, you'll notice that I'm quite comfortably sat, and there's plenty of room over here for another person. You are going to have your televator TV here as well, no worries. And another cool thing to note about this coach, a lot of people get scared about the tile floor because it can be very, very slippery when it gets wet. Well, my shoes are wet from standing in the shower, and as you'll note, there's not a whole lot of movement happening. This is actually a high friction surface, so you'll actually be a lot less prone to slippage. As we work our way up to the front, big thing to note, you've got a queen size seat up front. This is going to be a little bit wider than you might expect. The other cool thing to note is that here, as well as on the driver's side, the seat belts are integrated into the seats themselves, so you won't have to reach up here fumbling around trying to get stuff. You are going to have a glass cockpit, push button ignition. From there you've got digital wireless cell phone charging here and on the opposite side. From there you do have comfort drive, because this is a Newmar diesel, and comfort drive, as we all know, is standard. For those of you that are not quite as familiar with it, comfort drive is basically a computer controlled assist to the power steering that already exists. It's going to help you go straighter. It's going to take away that white knuckle ride and basically make driving this coach as easy as driving a Cadillac or a Rolls Royce, just as good as it gets. Couple that with the front disc brakes. You've got V-Ride in here on the Freightliner chassis. It's just the ultimate machine. So ladies and gentlemen, that's about all the time I have to talk about the inside of this coach. Well, let's have a wonderful look at the exterior. Right, on the exterior of this brand new 3343, first things first, have a look at this beautiful paint job. This is BASF paint, and it is full body paint, as you would expect with any Newmar coach. Beautiful thing, if you look at the top of this coach, you'll notice that you've got two pieces right up at the very top. Those are actually your Girard awnings, so those are going to come out about 8 feet. They are regarded as the best awnings in the industry. Just a real big thing to have on that coach. It's going to make it real nice to have parties outside with all your family and friends. Even though this is a shorter diesel, you do have lots of storage in here. There's a good look at the big inverter that's on board. And then from there, if we open up this here, as you'll note, that is a cavernous storage bay. You've got the slide out trays here. You've got a second one here. You've even got another one on the other side. This is also a great opportunity, if you turn the camera to the right just a little bit, to highlight that star foundation that you have on all Newmar diesels. Just as strong as it gets. It's literally the best that there is in the industry, in my opinion. As we go around a little bit further, you're going to have more storage here as well. This is a great spot to plug in that cooktop that we were talking about. You got auxiliary power right there. Whoops. Like you mean it. From there, you're going to, of course, have diesel fill on both sides. This is also equipped, it's a little difficult to see, but with the 360 camera viewing system. So you've got that small camera right there. Some of you might be thinking that's the backup camera. Well, not quite. The backup camera is actually way up at the top. So this is actually a 360 view. You've got another small camera mounted on either side of the coach. And the best thing about this coach, in my opinion, is the fact that this is a side drafter. So once you open this compartment up, you've got full access to all your filters, fluids, etc. So if you're the type that likes doing your own work, just a real nice thing to have. 10,000 pounds towing capacity on the back, and that's a legitimate 10,000 pounds. This does have the Allison 3000 transmission. As we go around, probably one of my favorite features about this coach and the way they laid out this floor plan is the fact that I can get to the entire wet bay here without having to duck under a slide. It's just real nice. In a lot of the videos you see, especially on when the full wall slides over here, I gotta duck under like this to show you everything. I don't have to do that now, neither will you. So you've actually got digital tank display readouts. You've got this nice gasket for the power hose reel, and everything in here is, if you can hear that, is etched into place. So if you have the coach sitting for 4 or 5 months and you go out, forget what you're doing down here, don't worry, the instructions aren't going to go anywhere, and neither there's no stickers to fall off. So easy peasy, life is great. From there, same deal with the power supply. Again, I don't have to duck under this slide to get there. One thing that you'll notice is that this is the Oasis Chinook system rather than the big green ones that were there in the past. So this is a little bit of an improvement in my opinion, and the biggest difference is that this is a all-in-one system. On the previous Oasis systems in the past, you would have 2 separate units for hot water and for heat, and this is actually an all-in-one. It's still 50,000 BTUs, still going to do a great job at keeping this coach nice and warm for you. And then of course, this is about all the time, unfortunately, that I have to talk about this beautiful New Aire 3343. As I'm sure you know, this New Aire is chock full of goodies, many of which I didn't really have a chance to touch on. Believe me, I'd love to have a conversation with you so that you and your family can make an informed decision. Please feel free to contact me using the information below on the screen, or if you'd like, feel free to call me direct on my cell phone. That number is 541-513-3171. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and please remember, we're always here to help.